Add another question on Doppler effect. So they say a man standing on a sidewalk. Now the man is standing. It means the velocity of the listener, because the human being is a listener, is 0 meters per second. Notice that the sound of the racing car changes when the car moves towards him at a constant speed of 200 kilometers per hour. So let's just change for it for now, because we're working with meters per second. So it means the velocity of the source equals to, now we're going to have 200 multiplied by 1000 and then meters divided by 60 by 60 seconds. So this thousands for kilo, then this 60 by 60, 60 for removing the hours. After hours, we're left with minutes. We remove the minutes again by 60, because there are 60 minutes in an hour. Then we're left with the seconds. So what is the calculator giving us? So we can only change this 100 to 200. So we'll have 55,5 can say 5 or 5, but there is the 5 recurring, and we have 6 meters per second. Right, that is the speed of the car or the source compared when the car is moving away from him. So that is two things. That is moving towards, then then it means it's moving away from the constant listener. Assume that the speed of the sound in air is 340. So this is the speed of the sound here. Right. Of course, you can pause the question, the video, and try the question yourself, and then see. Name and state the phenomena illustrated above. So this is Doppler effect. Now they say we must illustrate this one. So of course we said it is change in frequency change in frequency of sound wave observed the change in frequency of sound wave observed by listener when sound source move relative when the sound source move relative to listener. Right, this is what you can have. So, but you can check for proper definition in exam guideline, because you must copy as it appears. Number 2, convert 200 kilometer per hour to meters per second. So we've done that here. So we can rewrite the question here, the answer here. Right. Now they say if the frequency of the sound that the man will hear when the car is approaching him, that is for approaching, is, so they're saying the man will hear this frequency. So that is the frequency that the man will hear when the car approaching him is, so that is the frequency heard by the listener, is 298,84 Hz. Calculate the frequency of the sound produced by the car. Can you see that we need the frequency of the source? Right, we have our all information. Let's go up there and write the answer. So our formula saying frequency of the listener equals to the velocity of the sound plus the velocity of the listener over the sound plus minus the velocity of the source multiplied by the frequency of the source. Right, that is our formula. Now let's try to put in the substitution. So we have the frequency of the listener, we are saying here is 298,84 equals to the sound, the speed of the sound is 340. Now we don't have to write anything. So let's just not confuse ourselves by putting plus or minus. So we just write 340. So come first we have 340. Now the velocity of the that is the velocity of the source. So is it given? Oh, they said is calculate le mona para que 55,56. So is it now we're looking for, now the question said is when the car is approaching him. So when he approaches him, of course we'll hear a higher frequency, then we should put a minus here. So we've seen that before, that when he approaches him, we'll hear a higher frequency. So having this one, then you can do your maths here, and then you'll have the frequency of the listener as 250 Hz. So of course is it the listener of the source? So yes, he is supposed to be the source, not the listener, according to the formula. Yes, so that will be the frequency of the source. So the source will produce this frequency, but because the car is approaching the listener, then the listener will hear a frequency that is more than the one that is produced. Right. Next one. State two uses of the Doppler effect of the Doppler flow meter in medical field. One, they're saying determine heartbeat of fetus. Number two, determine whether arteries are blocked. Right, these are the two things that are applying the Doppler flow meter in the medical field. So that's it for this question.